Marky, I know you've noticed by now you're not like normal kids. Your mother chose to avoid this subject, but now that she's gone and you've gotten your powers, it's time you knew the truth. You're old enough for me to tell you where you really come from. Millions of miles from here, out in deep space, there was a planet called Viltrum. Your grandfather was born on this planet. Viltrumites were a violent race who valued strength above all else. To rid themselves of any weakness, they slaughtered each other until they were bred into the Viltrumites of today. Eventually, the Viltrumites united and turned their attention outward, establishing the Viltrum Empire, an empire that continued to expand at an astounding rate for nearly 1,000 years, until their enemies made a weapon capable of hurting them. They made the Scourge virus. For decades, this virus ravaged the Viltrumites. Each year it would take countless lives, either by succumbing to the virus itself or being murdered in the weakened state caused by surviving the virus. The death toll grew so high, their bodies formed a ring around the planet Viltrum, making it a monument to the fallen. In the end, they lost 99.9% of the population. The Viltrumites were left on the brink of extinction. A period of unrest followed. The Viltrum leader, Argal, was killed. More on him later. Eventually a new leader emerged. Grand Regent Throg was made ruler until Argal's heir could be located. Do you see where this is going? That's when a new plan emerged to rebuild the Viltrum Empire. Agents would be sent out alone to live among the people of alien worlds to see if they were compatible with Viltrumite DNA. It's this mission that brought your grandfather to Earth and led to me being born. I was just like you. I had no idea that I was a Viltrumite until one day when my father sat me down, like I am with you now, and explained everything to me and told me I'd get powers. Thankfully, he was able to do this before my powers kicked in. I guess I was kind of a late bloomer. Once I got my powers, I had many adventures and did lots of good as Invincible. You can probably read all kinds of things about me on the internet. Your grandfather and I didn't agree at first. He wanted to conquer this planet for the Viltrum Empire, but eventually he saw my side of things. Together with the help of others, we defeated Throg and discovered your grandfather was the rightful heir of Argal and the true leader of the Viltrum Empire. His rule was largely a time of peace. He presided over the Viltrumites as they lived on Earth in secret, charged with growing the Empire. In a roundabout way, this led to you being born. As a show of compassion, your grandfather allowed Throg to live, but that eventually led to his death, although I was able to avenge him. Now, I'm the leader of the Viltrum Empire, and I have chosen to lead by my father's example, to show the potential in us as a people, to prove that we can be a force for good in the universe, and not simply the violent, conquering race that nearly led to our demise. I plan on making the world a better place for every living being. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you, Marky. My relationship with your mother was very complicated. I'm sorry that you barely even know me. This is very difficult for me. Scott has told me that you're all staying behind. You're not going with us when we leave the planet. I'm going to respect his wishes because I think if you have a life like mine here, it will be good for you. There is so much you will experience. There's so much to learn. I'm sorry I won't be here for that, but I know you'll be in good hands. When the time comes, you're going to do a lot of good here. But this isn't goodbye. I'll be coming back to Earth from time to time. I will check in on you. Marky, do you, understand all this?
Wow, I'm actually a space alien.